Welcome to day 7 of 31 days of scripture, because we should all have at least 3 minutes to give to the Lord. I know I say that, but I myself have missed a couple of days, but it's time to get back on track. And today we are reading the second letter from Peter. So let's go. I finished reading the second letter from Peter a while ago because I'm going to be so honest, I have done this recording so many times simply because I can't seem to condense all 3 chapters in 3 minutes, but I'll try anyways. I want to read chapter 1, verse 10 out loud simply because it's so relatable and I think it's important to recognize. It says, "So then, my friends, try even harder to make God's call and His choice of you a permanent experience. If you do so, you will never abandon your faith." This verse really called me out personally because it quite literally tells you try even harder. Because yes, we will go through trials and tribulations. Yes, we will fail time again. We will fall back into sin. But it's important to persevere and endure and try even harder, because it's God's call and His choice that truly matters, because God's the one calling you. God's the one choosing you. It's nothing you did. We don't deserve anything, right? But out of God's great love and His mercy, He is calling us and choosing us. So it's time we make this call and choice a permanent experience. It's time we stop trying Christianity out and start actually living it. Along with that, chapter 1 verse 5 through 8 has great morals that I completely recommend reading. Talks about goodness, faith, knowledge, self-control, like a bunch of things that you need to read in context for it to make sense. So I recommend doing that. Along with that, we have chapter 2, which goes on to talk about false teachers. It talks about false teachers, what they are, and the punishments. And one thing I got personally is to beware of false teachers, how incredibly dangerous that can be. It's like how being misled, how dangerous that can be. So it's time we actually read the Bible for ourselves and understand what God says, so then we can recognize this easier. And then finally we have chapter 3, where it talks about the promise of the Lord's coming, basically some of the signs of the second coming of Jesus, and things that we have to remember. One thing I do want to read is chapter 3 verse 17, which says, "But you, my friends, already know this. Be on your guard then, so that you will not be led away by the errors of lawless people and fall from your safe position." Basically, this verse is telling us to be on our guard, like be vigilant, right? So that we won't be led astray, that we will know right from wrong and really truly understand how to follow the Lord. And by doing this, we will be able to build a better relationship with Christ and really grow in our faith, because in the end, isn't that what we want? To have that true connection with the Lord. That's day 7 out of 31 days of scripture. Thank you for watching.